We hope that Switzerland will bring some of its very robust trade training programs to the U.S. as we re-engage the manufacturing sector.
Imagine your favorite gadgets, and even everyday essentials, suddenly becoming 80% cheaper overnight. That's the potential payoff from today's breakthrough in Geneva, where the United States and China have agreed to suspend their fiercest trade battle in over 2 years. Let's dive into what this means for American families and businesses. For the next 90 days, the U.S. will cut its whopping 145% tariff on Chinese imports down to 30%. China, meanwhile, is lowering its own 125% levy on American goods to a modest 10%. That's a combined cut of more than 100 percentage points on each side, a dramatic shift from last month's escalating duties that threatened everything from smartphones to steel beams. To put it in real-world terms, this could translate into lower prices on electronics, clothing, and even some medical supplies. Retailers who stock shelves with Chinese-made products may be able to pass savings along to consumers just in time for summer shopping. And for U.S. manufacturers who rely on imported parts, the relief could help stabilize production costs and preserve jobs across industries. The financial markets responded almost immediately. Stock indices across Wall Street surged. Banks, tech firms, and industrial companies led the rally. Traders described today's session as one of the most optimistic since last year's volatility spike. But beyond the tickers, many investors see this as a sign that two economic superpowers are serious about dialing back the hostility that has rattled global supply chains. Of course, this isn't just about tariffs. The agreement includes a framework for more talks on tougher issues, like stemming the flow of fentanyl coming from Chinese chemical plants into U.S. communities. American officials have long blamed overseas exports for fueling the opioid crisis, so pairing economic detente with public health cooperation could mark a new chapter in bilateral relations. What do you think? Will this two-pronged approach stick? Let me know below. Let's rewind a bit. These Geneva meetings were the first high-level, in-person negotiations since former President Trump returned to office and unleashed his global tariff blitz. At the time, U.S. duties on Chinese imports climbed as high as 145%, aiming to rebalance trade and protect domestic industry. China retaliated almost immediately, slapping a 125% levy on key American exports like agricultural products and machinery. The result? A standoff that slowed growth, drove up costs, and frayed relations. Despite that tension, both sides kept channels open. Officials met quietly in recent weeks, looking for a face-saving way to step back from the brink. According to Treasury Secretary Besant, the discussions in Switzerland were respectful, though he acknowledged that finalizing a lasting accord in 3 months won't be easy. This has been going on a long time, he noted, pointing to lingering mistrust on both sides. So, what's on the table beyond Friday's tariff cuts? The U.S. insists on sector-specific safeguards, especially in medicines, semiconductors, and steel. Those are areas where supply chain vulnerabilities became painfully clear during the pandemic. By negotiating those details alongside broad tariff reductions, Washington hopes to protect national security interests without stifling trade. For Chinese exporters, the 90-day truce offers a reprieve, but also pressure. If they want the 10% rate to stick, they'll need to make real concessions on intellectual property, market access, and enforcement of existing agreements. In official statements, Beijing emphasized that the deal aligns with the expectations of producers and consumers in both countries and serves the interests of the world. But time will tell if both capitals will follow through. We've painted the picture, but here's the bottom line. For American consumers, businesses, and investors, this 90-day ceasefire could deliver a welcome break from rising prices and uncertainty. Over the next 3 months, watch for updates on those fentanyl controls, sectoral talks, and any renewed tensions. Will this pave the way for a permanent agreement, or is it just a temporary patch? I'll be here to keep you informed. If you found this deep dive helpful, don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Infinity News for up-to-the-minute coverage. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.